Welcome to another exciting episode of Beer and Sunshine. Our very special guest this evening, Will Ralston, a very well-known artist. He does a lot of amazing stuff. That's one of his up there. This is one of his right here. Here. Hey, welcome, Will. Thanks for doing this.
Of course.
Cheers.
We appreciate it.
I can't read you.
So I'm curious, what came first? The beer, the tattoos, the painting? Like, what kind of came to you first?
The art.
In general.
I graduated from Ringling in 2008.
Oh, very cool.
So how much of your artistic ability do you credit to your natural ability, passion for art, and school? How much did school help, and in what way did school help you as an artist?
Everyone's got kind of an ability to kind of see what nature and the world has and how you transfer those images to paper or whatever kind of form. You know, everyone's got their outlet for art. And some, grasp it faster than others. So I had that ability sooner. Like, I remember being 5 or 6 and being like, seeing another kid draw better. And I was like, I'm going to draw better than you. He was kind of a dick.
He's always a dick.
Probably still is.
Yeah.
Little kid
Andy, if
is.
you're out there, I drew better than you.
You made him who he is,
Thank
Andy.
you, Andy.
Thank you for being a little asshole, Andy. You made an incredible artist.
I just started drawing like everything that I could, and it was just a machine, burning through paper. Loved drawing, and I got in trouble for it all the time. And literally just, it kind of grew into it. Everyone's got a click moment. So you just have that moment where you see something, and then all of a sudden and then you're just like, I got it. It's like you got cheat codes. You just got a little game shark.
Oh my
in your
gosh,
head.
I've never heard this before because I'm the worst artist in the world. I can't even read my own
This
handwriting.
is my dream. I'm a graphic designer, but I'm not an illustrator. Like, I can't even draw stick figures. So, like, it's my only medium to, like, really be creative and get my ideas in my brain out. Like, I've had problems with my hands my whole life. I was not in occupational therapy. Also had an art teacher traumatize me and tell me I sucked. So, like, past that point, just, like, killed my, like, passion for, like, doing things with my hands. But, like, I'm a designer and I love it, but I'm so jealous of people that, like, actually have, like, true illustrative skill to, like, be able to, like, bring things to life, like, with their hands. Like, it's so tight.
For me, it's like such a creative, like, expressive outlet.
Yeah,
like,
'cause you
I'm
paint too,
painting.
don't you?
Yeah, I paint, and I love to do abstract painting. So when I paint, it's very like, people have the misconception that abstract is very easy. You just throw a bunch of stuff on there and you just go, done. Perfect.
I'm gonna insert an explosion right now. Just like,
Exactly. You're just- but it's a little more involved than that. Like, for me, like whenever you look at my art, I can tell you exactly what I was feeling at that moment. I can tell you where I was at that point in my life and what that expresses about me. And for me, like, I think art's like, I mean, this is incredible. Like, I love this.
And what is
All
this
the art
piece
you do.
behind us? What's that?
This is freedom as fuck.
I love that name.
Perfect.
I want to live my life freedom as fuck.
Me
That's
too.
the motto.
Me too.
You guys can't have that either. That's gonna belong
Also
here.
copyrighted. Freedom as fuck. That's amazing.
I would like to
Come on,
get to your
freedom.
point of your
Sure.
art teacher. 1, he's an asshole. 2, there are illustrators and people out there that wish they could design. And there are people out there
It's a
that
very
wish they could
different
paint
medium.
abstractly.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about art, though. It's super subjective. Like,
It is.
it's just whatever the other person sees.
Yeah.
It's
But-
very much so.
When it comes to your art, how did you get into doing art for breweries?
So I started just painting, airbrushing while I was tattooing. And I had a gentleman, Mark Tuckman, had Mr. Beeries and sold it to a gentleman, Mike Lawler. Mike Lawler, they had art shows all the time at the brewery, and Mike wanted to continue that tradition. So he had a zombie art show. And I did a piece for the show, and he bought one, thank you, Mike, and hung it up. And one of his buddies from high school was Ryan Dowdle from Angry Chair.
Oh, very cool.
And, Ryan just stopped by the brewery one day and just saw the piece. Like, man, we would love to kind of I love that style. That's where we want to go with the direction of the brewery. And then that's pretty much how it kind of started.
How many pieces have you done to them?
I've done high 20s, low 30s.
That's awesome.
So I don't do their work anymore. They're a great brewery. Like, they're kicking ass. We're doing a lot of work with Calusa, some stuff with Big Top, and then some stuff with J-Dubs. Matthew's Brewing over in the east coast of Florida.
Never heard of them before.
Oh, yeah.
Have to check it out. Personally, me, like, I make something, and a lot of times, like, after I've lived with it for a while and I've stepped away from it, I'm like, I don't fucking like this anymore. I hate this. Are there things you're like, damn, I wish that wasn't out in the world? Because I live with that a lot sometimes.
Yeah, no, there's definitely moments like that. You know, you get a painting out there and you're just, you know, it's bad art, but sometimes you just got to paint out the bad, draw out the bad. Definitely have those moments, and I feel like I should probably hate my stuff more than I do.
That's awesome if you're not there. I need to learn how to get on that level.
No, maybe I'm easy, but I feel like I should just, you know, like, criticize myself more. You know, and there's a lot of artists out there that have a hard time, like, man, I hate everything. And I was like, dude, you got to love a little bit of yourself.
It's hard.
Just a smidge.
So, like, let's say you're working with Calusa and they've got a beer. Do they just say, this is our beer, make us something awesome? Or do they give you a direction, or how do you come up with the ideas for the artwork?
A lot of times they'll have a title for the beer. So, example, the in-betweens. I start getting this weird, like, little path where I just kind of brainstorm. It's like, in between, you know, you're crossing roads, you're crossing rivers. And literally just came up with, you know, like Koran, the boatman from Greek mythology. So, and that's a lot of times that's kind of happens, you know. I just start spewing out shit, like I'm talking to myself, but it's literally just like brainstorming. I'm just like blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And do they give you free reign, like more or less, or is it like an approval process as well?
Oh yeah, very much an approval. It's not even like an approval process. It's more just you know, brainstorming. You know, going back and forth. Like, what do you think about this? You know, when we were doing, like, you know, the Fooder Head, that bottle series was based off of, like, you know, the style of brewing with the Fooder, which is like, you know, a wooden cask.
Like, a little bit is left in there, so the next beer has a little bit of the previous beers and the previous beers, and you continue to use that. But the way that wooden or like oak or anything like that, it imparts different kinds of bacteria and other elements to it that aren't found just around. Like, it's a really cool process.
So, are you trying to do more bottle art or can art, or, like, are you trying to always be involved with the craft beer industry?
I love the events, the festivals, you know, where it's like that congregation, and I've been doing, like, a lot of events where I'll do live painting.
Oh, that sounds so cool.
And that's kind of where this one started. I did a live painting event over in
Really?
St. Petersburg. To get back to your question as far as who I would love to work with, I love working with Calusa and just small local breweries, you know, just because.
Just keep it local.
You know, just they already know my flavor, so, you know, it's like, this is what we're kind of thinking. Like, I'm doing a label for Big Top, you know, the Intercoastal, and
Intercoastal Amber?
yeah,
Really?
Do you have some inspiration for that, or what is that going to be about?
I do. I'm actually not sure if I should. Sorry, I'll let it loose lips. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
I like
keep
I like to
Stay tuned.
Yes. Fuck it.
It's happening.
So, I mean, like, you know, Intercoastal Amber, what are we talking about? We're talking about mangroves, kayaking, all, you know, things you love about Florida. Rather than a sunken pirate ship, a sunken kayak, you know, with some accoutrement to add to the story.
You probably have some, like, default things in your head that you always kind of try and fall back on when you start your creative process.
Yeah.
How do you get out of a rut? What do you feel like you need to do? It's so hard because there's certain things, like, personally, I fall back on all the time, like, just tricks of the trade. I'm like, I can get this done quickly if I do XYZ. I already have, like, a roadmap in my head. Like, what do you do to get re-inspired to try and take, like, a different direction?
Honestly, and that was something that I learned through working with Calusa, is going with a different medium. It's like a signature, you know, it's hard to kind of break that, you know, something that's so methodical.
Sure,
or,
and for
you know,
different breweries, like, you're kind of trying to keep a consistent brand for them regardless of what the art is.
Yeah.
Like, you go a certain direction, like, I know Anchorage, a lot of their stuff is kind of black and white and, you know, whatever it would be, but that's the other thing, is trying to stay kind of within enough of a box without going too left field, but, like, not trying to, like, creatively trap yourself. So I struggle with that all the time.
It's very hard. Because rather than, you know, trying to delicately, you know, try to do different techniques or textures, is literally just hammer out some different strokes, you know, like, you know, so go more harsh with it, add more color, but still it has, like, flavor to it, but it's not exact science.
Yeah, you just gotta. It's hard, especially when you're, you know, contracting for people or trying to do it, like, for a living as your full-time gig, and it's like you have to be creative all the time, like, on the spot.
Trying, especially with, like, tattooing, because sometimes you'll have people, you know, that give you free reign, you know, but, like, do what you want, you know, do your style.
Love
like
that.
These are the elements that I want, you know. I want, you know, roses, candles, and death, you know, but like I don't want it to be mean because my mother-in-law might see it.
I feel like that's an actual quote.
I mean, there's
It is an actual quote.
I love
there's a
that.
teddy bear in there. There's not, death is not there.
Yeah. Will, is there anything you want to tell the good people?
I would like to say thank you for having me on this show. This was awesome, and thank you for listening. Do art, express yourself.
Don't let your shitty art teachers tell you to stop doing art.
Actually, you know what? Let them do that because that'll fuel your fire.
There you go. Yeah. Good point.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, have a beer-tastic day, everyone, and remember to always believe in the power of beer.
Das ist gut.
Sunshine, oh, oh, beer and sunshine, yeah.